What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Thomas was saying that there was some real talk after the game and then again when you guys came back here about things needing to be better. How do you keep everybody's kind of attitude the right way? And you personally, how do you deal with this losing streak that's hard on anybody probably?
Yeah, it's tough. It's interesting is the way I put it. I've never had a streak like this of losing in my playing. So I ask questions. You know, I do understand that this is my first time kind of being a part of something like this of losing and this streak going. So I ask questions to the guys that may have lost a bunch of games or in a row like this, or had losing seasons. And I ask them questions because the more knowledge that I have prepares me for the future. If this ever comes close to something like this again, and I'm going to work hard and make sure it doesn't. But if it ever happens again, figuring out ways to keep going, keep pushing, because it's part of it. Seasons like this happen every once in a while, and being able to learn from it, being able to address it, like you spoke about with TB, he's addressing it, and being able to respond is the most important thing, and being consistent, doing things over and over, again and again and again. And not getting the results is tough. And being able to respond, like I said before, and being able to get up and do it again and again and again, shows consistency, shows how tough you are, shows how when adversity strikes, how you face it.
Caleb, do you think about questions you might have beyond just the team and the coaches, like from management and the organization, about how this is going to get better going into the future too? Does that start to pop through your mind as well?
I wouldn't say it pops in my mind. There's belief, hope, and faith that we're gonna get this right. And however it may happen, that's how it's gonna happen. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. They drafted me here to go win games. If we're down, find a way to come back. If we're up, find a way to stay up and win games. And haven't been able to do that so far. And I know the guys are frustrated about it. And as am I. But from management and president and GM and all these people that is worried about predicting the future in a way of getting the right people here and coaches and all of that. That's their job, and my job is to go out there and handle the football the right way, not turn it over and things like that.
Caleb, kind of going off that, how has your relationship with Ryan Poles grown, changed maybe throughout this season?
Yeah, I'd say it's grown. Obviously, you get to be around him in the same facility and things like that, and him not just maybe stopping by your school or whatever the case may be, calling you on draft day and things like that. So being able to be in person, being able to be around him in the building, is it builds that relationship that we have, and all faith and belief, and in those people upstairs. They've been doing a good job and great job, and then to continue that.
Caleb, you guys have had a lot go wrong though this year. I mean, the coaching changes, the roster, the record. What do you base that confidence on? You're very confident in Ryan Poles going forward. You're entrusting part of your career to him.
Yeah.
What's the confidence rooted?
One, being able to be around him, being able to see the type of guy he is, how much he cares. Y'all only get to see a glimpse of it from y'all's perspective, and then obviously in the media, and we did Hard Knocks recently and kind of got a glimpse of it. But the amount that he cares about us, the Chicago Bears, and wanting to win, is why my faith is in him, and believing in him, and making sure that we get it right. And that's a short answer to it.
From a strategic standpoint as well, because most of what you listed is that he's
a good person and a good person to work with. What about from a personnel and planning standpoint?
Yeah, I can't speak on personnel planning because I'm not in there. Um, I'm not in there, asking him questions about who, what. I'm not in there, discussing further plans and things like that with him. Like I said before, it's not my job. But from my perspective, and the player and being here, now for a good little minute, you see how much he cares about the right things, and that being us, and our development, and all of those things. I think him leaning in those things, helps show us as players that he does care and that he does want to win, and trying to find ways to win. And it's just like playing quarterback, it's a hard job. Being able to predict the future and making sure you get the right people here. But I think he's so far done a good job. He's gotten people here like Keenan. He's gotten people here like Rome, myself, a bunch of other. I keep naming Jalen Johnson. Jalen was already here, but a couple other Dre Swift. Keep going on with a list of people, and so I think he's done a good job.
Caleb, 2 years ago, the season you had with Jordan Addison, what did you enjoy playing with him as a receiver? What stood out to you?
Yeah, if you watch, he's explosive. He may be he's probably gonna hate that I say this, but he's not the largest human. He'll probably text me about it or something. He's not the largest human. He still plays, like he's 6'5", and he'll go up and get the ball in traffic, all these different things, and then it comes down to his detail and his routes. And I think he's if not the best, one of the best that I've played with for sure, and in the league at route running and getting open and things like that. So, super happy for him, and excited for his future.
Caleb, this is the first time that you're getting the opportunity to kind of game plan against a division rival that you've already played,
Yep.
At least at the NFL level. What kind of stands out to you about this week, about being able to look at what you did a few weeks ago against the Vikings, both good and bad, especially that being the Brian Flores defense that you were going up against?
Yeah, I think being able to be decisive, being able to have answers, and different answers for different plays, and knowing exactly where those guys are going to be at, so I can throw in anticipation, or so I can, if I know what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, I can maybe hang on the route and rip it and things like that. So being able to be decisive, knowing where guys are, knowing where my hots are, that still applies to that. And then obviously we're going to throw in a few wrinkles. They're going to try and throw in a few wrinkles and things like that, and try and make us mess up, make mistakes and things like that. So I think it comes down to us knowing our job, doing it well, being detailed, being decisive, and going out there and playing violent.
You've had a quarter of a season sample size now to work with Thomas. How do you evaluate where you've grown the most and what you still want to work on the next 4 games?
Yeah, I still want to keep working on my feet and things like that. I think that's one of the things, making sure, just being completely in rhythm throughout the whole game. I think that's one that, one that I want to work on. And I think Thomas and I have done a solid job so far. Obviously, it can be better. There's small mistakes that maybe the snap point of certain motions and things like that that I can get better at. That mean a lot to a defense. If we have a fast motion where we snap it, means a lot to the other side of the ball. So being detailed, being on point, you can always get better and grow from there.
How much pride do you take in the records you set for not throwing an interception, and Bears record, and also most by a rookie ever, 7 games?
I've said before, I'm not one that I tend to throw interceptions. I know in the beginning of the season I threw a couple early on, a couple stupid ones, but I think protecting the ball is the most important thing, and so being able to protect it. Obviously, I know I had the fumble last week, but being able to not have many turnovers in these past couple weeks. From my side, I touch the ball the most on the football team, and so being able to protect in those ways just helps us win games. And so I'm gonna try and do that and keep doing that for the next 4 games.
Phil, you guys, as you said before the regular season, that the area you want to improve most was in your blitz recognition.
Yep.
Identifying and picking it up, finding the answers. To my eye, you continue to progress through that throughout the regular season. But in some of those key game situations, 2-minute third down, hit the field goal range, there still tends to be some of the sacks. And I know it's not all you, it's play calling, it's blocking, it's route running. But on the ones where you've said, though, I've got to get rid of the ball, what specifically needs to happen? I know they're all different, but what specifically needs to happen so that those sacks don't continue to pop up?
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, they're all different, and they all have different play calls and motions, all of that, different situations, clocks winding down, clock stop, all these different things, no timeouts. The most important part of that is me being able in that moment, right in that moment, to be able to hone in on the right moment to go be and make a play, and go make that play. So I think that's the it's a quick switch that I have to have, and I've said this since college that I'm still developing that, like throughout the whole drive may have made a couple plays, may have done this and that, and now we're in that little segment right at the end of the game, overtime, all these different situations, and being able to, okay, this is the right play. Okay, this is the, maybe this guy broke free, but getting us 3 yards and staying in field goal range, putting on the right hash and things like that. So it's just a quick switch in the moment, being able to snap from making plays to, okay, this is where we need to be out in the field. This is the situation. This is that. And that's going to come here real soon, and still learning and building that. And these situations that have happened this year, I know we've messed up on a bunch of them, myself included, taking sacks versus the last time we played. The Vikings taking a sack in OT, a stupid sack, but we've messed up in multiple situations, including me. And so being able to learn from whether it was necessarily me taking a sack or mismanagement or all these different things, plays and things like that, being able to take all of that in and learn it. For the end of this year, and the rest of this year, and this football season, and further in my career. So being able to snap out of it and right in that moment, right in the situation, be able to make the right play at the right time is the next point. Awesome, thank you. The Bears.